Good morning, everyone. So far, so good fog-wise. We do have a little bit of lower visibility, really right along the I-40 corridor between Morganton and Hickory. We have the right environment from the rain that we saw yesterday, that some of that could turn into some of those ground clouds. Nothing really super widespread, but just letting you know that is going to be the problem spot as far as any of those visibilities go. Meanwhile, I've been watching the most active part of the country where there was an active tornado warning not too long ago, right along the Kansas and Nebraska borders. This big, strong cold front is something that we're keeping an eye on because it will eventually be on our doorstep, and that's going to be our best chance for showers and storms really by tomorrow. So our satellite and radar not really showing too much for the near term. I definitely think that we have more clouds this morning than we have had over the last couple of mornings, and our rainfall chances, as you know, are going to actually be on the way down. Look at this. We have a likelihood that you see rain for your Tuesday night, still scattered possibility for your Wednesday, but this Friday, the only day I have a 0% chance for rain is the 4th of July. So if you have any outdoor plans, and then I think you can pretty much round these down to zeros for your Thursday and your Saturday. Just a very spotty chance before we start to ramp those back up by the end of the weekend. High temperatures today right around 93, 88 around Hickory, and then we still have the lower 90s pretty much from Charlotte down to the southeast. But look where our temperatures are going. A nice little cool down, quote, quote, only down to 88 degrees on your Wednesday, and then right around 90 for tomorrow and for your Thursday. So this is more of a cool front or a transitionary front. It's just enough to kind of switch us down a level. For our futurecast, we are picking up on the usual summertime storm potential, just like what we saw yesterday. It just depends where you are, where we have reports of, hey, I had a downpour, but then you're dry, and the next day you got the downpour and your friend didn't, just a county over. So it just really all depends. It could also be a big difference from north to south across the 485 loop. Really, I think our window of opportunity opens up at 2 for the greater Charlotte area, right around noon, anywhere between about 11 and 2 for the high country. And then that storm potential, I think, could last a little bit longer than it otherwise has. So that means up until midnight, I think you have a chance for storms. Once you get to tomorrow morning, yet again, I think it's west of I-77 that you can have a chance for some patchy dense fog. Nothing that's really too outside the norm. But this week's front, the big transition, is coming this Tuesday, where it's Tuesday night. Check it out, that we're seeing a pretty decent line of storms. It starts off in the middle of the afternoon, so call really about 4 to midnight. These storms are going to be pushing on through the area, and some of them could be strong to severe. But once that front rolls through on your Wednesday, you're going to see that dip in the temperatures that I just showed you. So that's why we fall down to 88 back to 91. It's also filtering in some drier air, so it's still humid, just not overly muggy. And then we're rocking the lower to the mid 90s heading through this holiday weekend. That's your weather report.